Hello, Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. This is your tarot and oracle reading for the month of October 2023. First card out for you is the 6th chakra in reversed. That's what it looks like upright, and it is with Archangel Metatron. And this is your third eye chakra. This is your ability to see things very clearly in your life, clairvoyance, your psychic abilities, your connection with everything going on around you, your connection with your own intuition. When we have a blocked third eye chakra, I feel like there are different symptoms such as overthinking and insomnia, depression, anxiety, just like having an overall clouded mind. And I will tell you what, the biggest blockage to your third eye chakra is actually when it's usually self-caused, because your intuition will tell you something and you choose to ignore it and follow your logic instead. Biggest example I could give of this is someone who is dating someone who is not for them, red flag central, and they don't listen. They're like, oh, well, they never did anything wrong, and oh, I can make it work. And like your intuition is like, oh, what am I, chopped liver? Like, why aren't you listening to me? And it just causes all these like issues. I don't know. But that's just an example. If your intuition is saying, hey, do this, or hey, this isn't for you, and you're not listening, that is what causes your 6th chakra to become quite blocked. So take that into consideration. Next, we have ancestral wisdom coming through. So your ancestors are coming through for you this month to deliver a message. We are your ancestors and we love you. We walked the earth many years before you. We ask you at this poignant time to learn and grow from our past experiences. You are our legacy, and we will keep on helping you as we continue to evolve here in the spirit world. So you have ancestors helping you at this time, protecting you from so much more than you can even see, guys. I feel that message coming through strongly. Like, we will keep protecting you and serving you and giving you the opportunity to focus on your dream. Okay, they are giving you this opportunity to focus on your dream. Whatever your dream is, you'll notice like somehow like the bills are always being paid. There's always a roof over your head. Like, you always have this opportunity to keep working on your dream. And that is your ancestors doing straight up. Like, they are helping you in that way. Very powerful. So give them a big thank you, light a candle for them, leave an offering, whatever it is that you do for them. Do it. And they're saying, we're going to keep doing this. Don't waste this opportunity. Live your dream. Learn from us. All we ever wanted for you was to give you the opportunity to dream and actually have the opportunity to see those dreams become a reality and not be shut down by societal blockings. Okay? You're strong. I'm getting like serious, strong messages from your ancestors. They're saying we could have never, during our lifetime, whatever ancestors these are that are coming through, because you have thousands, right? They're saying during our lifetime, we weren't even allowed to dream. Like, dreaming would never ever become a reality because of the society we grew up in. For example, your women ancestors, they might say like, oh yeah, I always had these dreams to have my own business, do this, do that, go to school, but I literally could not. So I don't know. And I'm not saying you have to take on anyone else's dreams. I'm not saying you have to do what you think your ancestors would do if they had your options. Do what you want to do, whatever that is. Okay. It's the freedom to dream and to do whatever you dream up that they wanted for you. Okay. They didn't want you to do anything specific with your life. They wanted you to have the freedom and the abilities to choose what you want to do with your life and not be blocked for, your gender or expression or the color of your skin or your sexual orientation or anything. So that's a beautiful message coming through. I love it. Next, we have calmness. The inner divine is the witness of all, remaining still and quiet even during intense turbulence. So take a deep breath and say, quiet my mind, dear Lord, May your peaceful calm take over. Beautiful message. Calmly, gently. Night unfurls its splendor. Sorry. Calmly. That was a Phantom of the Opera reference. Calmly and gently. You are going towards the dreams, the goals that you have for yourself, and enjoying your life in ways that your ancestors want for you. And they're really protecting you at this time. Oh my gosh, really keeping you stable. Okay, we're gonna get 9 cards, 3 rows of 3. First card out is Temperance in reverse. Speaking of stability, this is the card of instability. This is the card of I am losing my mind. Emotions are all over the place. Now, this is the first card out, and I take the first card as sort of like what you've been going through in the past few weeks here. So things must have been very chaotic for you in these past few weeks, emotionally, unstable, you know, ups and downs and ups and downs. I do wonder, I am getting like a vision of like a zigzag line like that, and that's usually my sign that there is someone or something going on in your life that is creating instability for you. For example, I'll use relationships again because it's like the best example. If you're in a relationship where their communication with you is very hot and cold, on and off, up and down, that will over time, like if you're attached to them, create emotional highs and lows within you. Promise, hands down. Okay, so your intuition might have said for many, many months now, if you were in that scenario, hey, you know, maybe this person ain't it for us. But I feel like you find it very hard to differentiate what your intuition is versus what your own anxieties and traumas and like mind is sometimes, which is because, you know, like I said, you have been ignoring your intuition. So now it just feels cloudy because you've been shutting your intuition down with the logic for a long time now. And I swear to God, like once you finally do that thing that your intuition was telling you to do, everything will become crystal clear for you again. And you'll be like, that's my intuition again. Okay. Second card out for you is the 6 of Cups. Okay, we see a happy run-in with someone this month. Happy times with family, specifically older generations, your parent or parents, grandparents, aunts, uncles, things like that. You may be catching up with them, or even like old cousins, an old friend you might be catching up with, or for some of you, even like an ex, someone from your past. It's a pleasant though. It's a really pleasant getting together. I view the 6 of Cups as a lot of happiness too, like just fun times, living your little life. This is also to me a good card for entrepreneurs because we see here someone running a business and it's successful. They have customers. So customers coming in if you run a business. Overall happiness from all of that I just listed. 6 of Swords in reversed. So we are seeing a masculine person in your life. They could be Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, or have those signs strongly, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, or just exhibit a lot of air sign qualities in general, such as being very logical, academic or intellectual, and a little bit colder with communicating their feelings. They may not be used to communicating their feelings, you know, traits like that. And when the King of Swords is in reversed, I mean, he's not the best. He's overly cold. He could be even a little bit condescending at times and way too sharp and critical with his words, okay? And, you know, he may come off as the type of person, and masculine, it doesn't have to be a man, but someone who's masculine energy. He may come off as, you know, like a bit of a know-it-all at times as well, I want to say. So if this is ringing a bell for anyone in your life, I feel like that may be the person who your intuition is saying, maybe time to let go of that one. I don't know. So be mindful of that. Second row, 4th card out is the Hierophant. Okay, we see practical teaching and support here coming out right underneath the Temperance. Some of you guys are taking on a therapist or a life coach, mentor. I'm seeing that very strongly actually for a lot of you guys, Leo, taking on a new therapist, or if you already have one, doing a lot of really quality work with them this month, or some sort of teacher, something. There's someone here who is being a good leader for you. This could be a spiritual leader as well. It could be anyone in your life who you look up to as a mentor, role model. Like, I am coming to you with my problems, my issues, and you are offering me spiritual support and advice. Even if you're a complete atheist, this could be just someone who gives good advice in a secular way. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't have to be sort of religious or spiritual like the Hierophant shows on the card. This is just a teacher, role model helping you out strongly. And this card actually does tell you, listen to the advice of others, because they're right now. And you know what? This may be a situation where you're not listening to your intuition, but again, your ancestors and spirit guides, they are sending you friends, people around you who have really good advice that you aren't listening to. And it just feels like all the signs around you, all the people around you are advising you to do the thing that your intuition is also telling you to do. And you keep ignoring it, or, you know, talking yourself out of it. And so it must be a hard decision. Honestly, for some of you, this could be the decision to break up with someone. I am seeing it could be something else, like leaving a job or something. Center of your spread, King of Cups. Okay, so we see a very loving man here as well. Water sign, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, or exuding water sign energy, which is not being afraid to show their emotions. And they have proper boundaries, guys. This is someone who does not let everyone into their life, and it takes a while for them to warm up to you, but once you're in their heart, you're there for good. And they're extremely loyal. They'll listen to you, they'll give you really good advice, but they have boundaries. So if you keep coming to them with the same problem over and over and over again, and you're not listening to their advice, they're gonna be a little bit mean to you. Like, hey, I gave you advice, you're not listening to me, and now you're draining my energy by constantly asking for advice over and over and over again. So it's like, if you want my advice, that's cool. I gave you it on this subject, so listen to it if you want to, but don't keep coming to me asking for advice for the same exact thing. You know, that gets really old. I hate that, honestly. I can't stand that. Like, when a friend or someone, you know, gets stuck in a pattern of something that they keep complaining about over and over and over again. And I was this friend for a long time. So we all go through it, honestly. I feel like most people go through this at some point where, you know, they just don't want to give up on something, and they're not giving up on it. So instead they just complain nonstop. And it's like, don't you see how draining this is to your energy and to the energy of the people around you? So I am seeing a really good influence there, and it is coming out right next to the Hierophant. So this may actually be your therapist or your teacher, whoever this King of Cups is, or it's just someone in your life who's quite close to you, who is, again, giving you good advice. And it is coming out right underneath the Six of Cups as well. So again, could be a good friend, someone close to you, who's also kind of acting as your therapist right now, which, you know, can be tricky territory. But again, they have healthy boundaries. So I don't think they're going to let you complain to them about the same stuff over and over and over again if you're just not willing to change or wanting to change. They're going to be like, listen, when you want to change, come to me. I'll give you advice. I will help you. I will support you. But it's just not healthy for you to be complaining about the same thing over and over and over again. So sixth card out, we have the Six of Wands in reversed. Your victory story is being completed. And you know what? This is coming out right underneath the Six of Swords reverse, which was that like douchebag we saw. And you know, I feel like this is someone who keeps downplaying your achievements for some reason, or like they're trying to keep you humble. I can't stand people like that. I always think it's like personal red flag for me when, you know, like I'm right about something, like really right. I have good insights on something, and someone like keeps having to argue with me. Like they can just never admit that, you know, I'm right, or I have good insights, or, you know, if I'm like really happy about something, I don't know how to describe it really. I'm tripping over my words here. Someone who resists like complimenting you too much or saying that you're right too much. Like I always find that a little weird. And it always like rings a bell in my head. I'm like, are you a little bit narcissistic? Because it's just like, why are you downplaying my achievements? Or like, you know, when like I know the areas of life that I'm very profound in, you know, like I have my skills, my expertise, and it feels like you're trying to argue for the sake of arguing, but you have no argument. I don't know what I'm saying anymore. I I just feel like someone's downplaying you and your achievements. If you feel this in your life, by the way, like, you know who I'm talking about, pay attention to that, because that is the thing that I feel like you keeping them in your sphere is blocking your third eye chakra and causing this confusion. And, you know, this person, they are someone who, I'm not going to call them a narcissist, but it kind of feels like they're a narcissist a little bit, or maybe they're just a little in a selfish period of their life, I guess you could say. But it feels like they're, for some reason, like, I don't know, just acting like a know-it-all. It's weird. All right. Final row out for you, 7th card, is the Sun reverse. Things are getting better for you this month. For sure. Things are going to calm down for you. Like, I feel like the Sun represents extreme happiness, peace, success, love, but it's delayed. So it's like once you kind of can hear what the people around you are saying and advising you to do, which is the same thing that your intuition's advising you to do, and you listen to that, that's when like the sun will come out. That's when your happiness will reemerge and you'll feel good again. But it's like there's a huge hump to overcome that, because you may be totally convinced that, you know, you should stay and fight for this and make it work, or, you know, just bear it and grin or something. I don't know. 8th card out, like, continuously cope. Knight of Swords. There is quick, fast changes coming, forward momentum coming here. You know what's another thing I want to say? It feels like some of you have gotten an addiction to the high highs and the low lows of something, which is honestly all addictions. That is how addictions work. You know, there are periods of like drought, okay? Periods of you not having this thing and it sucks. And then when you finally get it, it feels good. There's a lot of like dopamine, feel good hormones being released in your brain. But the thing is, the more scarce it is, you know, the less stable it is, the more addicting it becomes, because, you know, when you finally get a hit of that, whatever it is, like, it will release so many more feel-good chemicals in your brain. And this is how people get addicted to toxic relationships, by the way, because it's like, you know, they treat you poorly, or you don't see them, you don't hear from them, they're not consistent, they're being very uncommunicative, and then it's like they randomly warm up, you know, they're playing hot and cold. They'll warm up, they'll compliment you, and when they're in that area and when you finally see each other, it's like, oh my gosh, they're so perfect, like they're my soulmate whenever we're together. But then it's like every time you're not together and they're acting cold towards you, then you've reached those low lows and you're like, oh my gosh, should I dump them? Like, it's a whole addictive cycle. And you know what? Sometimes we just have to admit, I am in an addictive cycle. And I feel here with the King of Cups and the Six of Cups coming out, there are stable people in your life. There are stable sources of happiness, dopamine in your life that you need to pay more attention to, that you need to feel more grateful for, that you need to spend more of your time and energy on appreciating, because these things have boundaries, okay? And I just feel like, you know, if we, like, how do I put it? When you're in this addictive cycle of the high highs, low lows, that's like the only thing you're focusing on, and everything else falls to the wayside. And I just see this message of like needing to focus on the things, the people that are stable for you here. They may not be as exciting or addicting, but they're here for you. And if you have several of those sources of happiness that are stable, like, you will be in sunshine. You will be the happiest you've ever been, the most peaceful, calm, secure, everything you've ever been. But you need to focus on that and communicate that and go towards that. And this is how it fell out. You know, this night is headed right towards the sunlight, right towards happiness. So I'm also seeing communication coming through, changes taking place. Final card out, yes. The Devil reversed, breaking out of the addictive cycle. This is the month you're doing it. I am seeing breakups for some of you this month. I am seeing breaking an addiction that you probably started this reading not knowing you were addicted to this thing. And, you know, me talking, you probably were like, I'm addicted to that thing. For some of you, I'm seeing that. And now that you know, you're breaking out of the cycle. Okay, you're leaving. You're listening to the friends, the people who are stable, who are good for you. who you know are sound-minded, who you know are emotionally mature. You're listening to them, finally. They're in agreement with what your intuition's saying as well, and the signs are all around you, because the universe, your ancestors have been giving you signs in your physical environment as well. So it's like the writing's on the wall, guys. It's time to leave this thing you have that's not good for you. It's not going to bring you success. This is the whole third row. This Knight of Swords reversed, that cold person downplaying your achievements, not going to be successful. Right underneath that, Devil reversed, breaking out of it. If this is a person, some of you guys may have a hard time letting go, because in these connections a lot, there is fiery, passionate, best sex of your life if you're in a romantic relationship with them. So, and again, it's because of that cycle I just described. They're inconsistent. So when they're finally there, it triggers so many feel-good chemicals in your body, and that's why it's so passionate, But something that's stable and brings you stable happiness, peace, success, it's not going to be all those feel-good chemicals all at once. Think of it like cake. Cake does the same exact thing. It simulates all this goodness within you. But it's not healthy. It's not as fun to eat vegetables and fruit. But if you keep eating healthy, your palate will change and get used to that and love the taste of it. But you got to stop, exploiting the chemicals in your body and your brain all in one sitting, because, what comes up must come down. So I see you creating more stability, more calmness this month, okay? Some of you guys may be working with people with addictions as well. If this isn't you personally, you may be dealing with friends or people going through addictions. Although I feel like you're also recognizing your own addictive cycles, whatever they may be. It doesn't have to be hardcore like drugs or alcohol, although it could be. This could be an addiction to love, and codependency is an addiction to love. This could be, your sugar cravings and addiction. I got a sugar craving. This could be your addiction to the internet. I got an addiction to the internet. We all have, well, not all of us, but a lot of us, especially in today's modern age, have addictions. And I am seeing you working through that this month. So congratulations, guys. Thank you for joining me. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. I would love to hear your stories in the comment section. So go ahead and leave them. Tell me who these people are. Okay, King of Cups, King of Swords reverse. And if you want a personal reading with me one-on-one, the link to that is always in the description box, spiritpsychic.org. I also offer my Goddess Energy Intention Oil there and my spiritual life coaching sessions there. So check it out. And I would definitely recommend watching your Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs this month to get the fullest overview of the month ahead. All right, bye-bye.